Up next, doctors say it's true. Parenting is killing you. Surgeon General. Parenting is hazardous. All right, Tires. The U.S. Surgeon General warns parenting can be harmful to your health due to dangerously high levels of stress, citing data that half of parents report feeling overwhelmed with it most days. Isn't this kind of like so government? Oh, this is a very tough thing, so don't do it.
Yeah.
It's stressful.
Oh, when they said it to my dad, he took them right to it and he disappeared. So at least he's not stressed out. That's cool. This is the stupidest I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Every time one of my kids does something cool, or I feel it adds years to my life. And every time they mess up, I enjoy getting revenge for all the times I got in trouble when I was a child. So parenting is a tough job. It is a sacrifice. Mm-hmm. So if you're not their buddies and your friends, not raising your kid and letting them grow up is more dangerous to your health and your neighbor's health.
Yeah.
So you better reel the little bastards in and raise them.
Kat, you're going to be a parent soon, God willing. Do you find this to be somewhat, I don't know, stupid in the sense that it's like, duh?
Yeah, I actually really, really hate when people tell me how hard it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not a 16.
Yeah.
Right? Like I waited, it's not like I waited until I was of the age that it is a geriatric pregnancy because I'm not afraid of this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm already scared to do it, so like leave me alone. And I still like to see like one word in this article that said there's also some joy.
Yeah. They don't.
I was like, wow, great to know, because it's weird. Because being pregnant it sucks and it's hard, but man, I think sometimes it's gonna be so weird when the baby lives in my apartment.
Yeah, that's even weirder.
And like needs stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna get older and it's gonna be like no, and I'm gonna be like, what the?
Yeah.
You used to know.
Right now,
you think I'm not thinking about this? I know that it's going to be so hard, but like, don't be like, oh, your whole life's about to change. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
Yeah. Right now, your body's a one bedroom.
Oh my. Yeah, it is. Why is that insulting? I don't understand. But someone goes, oh, there's a baby in here. That's why we're having this conversation.
But you know what's okay? So what's interesting is you're seeing this vibe, Jamie, and this is a serious question. I'm not going to say horrible things about you and your kids, but there is this overarching vibe that children are a baggage. Mm-hmm. It's as though we should all not have them. It's like it just falls in line with all of the advice. They're bad for the climate. Mm-hmm. We're overpopulating. It's this message. Don't have them. We already are born. We're good.
That's a great point, and it's also like, to Kat's point, like, why are you telling me this?
Yeah.
Why me? Like, why are you telling me? It's not like I can go like, oh, this is bad for me. This year I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to cut down on carbs and children.
Yeah.
Right? Like, my kids, I'm trying to quit. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And I would like to propose something. I don't know if Elon Musk could do this or someone else, but what if we only got information that could help us, like a search engine where I don't have to hear that kids cost $500,000 or something. Tell that to someone who doesn't have kids yet. What if there was a way to cultivate only things that would help me, right? Like maybe every morning I get an article that says, hey, masturbation's way better than sex. I just don't think you need it, and it's weird. It's hard for, like, Tyrus is so
really
right.
Need that message, Jamie?
Listen, put a button on it, Jamie.
Okay.
The greatest, yeah, and keep it in your pants. The greatest, and I've accomplished many things I've lived many lives, and I've had many, whatever. The greatest title in my life is dad. Yeah. I would trade. There's nothing. You are going to love it. It makes you the best you. You will find out who you are as a man when you have children.
I can't wait to find out who I am as a man.
Yeah.
My favorite achievement was when I was called daddy.
Okay.
Only cost me $100 an hour. Hey, you know what I find interesting, Kelly, is I think about parents of old and their parents. Do you think that the word stress even existed? You just called it life. It's like people, I think like the concept of stress was only for buildings, and then sometime in the 70s, all of a sudden they applied it to humans. Like your parents, your grandparents, they were like, oh, this is so stressful. No, they just were like, this is what we do, right?
No, I think you're exactly right. I think, back in the day, it was just like, okay, like this is what we do. I am of the opinion, I like that we're talking about this so that if you are going to have a kid, you go into this with eyes wide open. Because there are going to be those moments, Tyrus, like you said, where it's amazing, but there are also those times you're going to be like, why did you spill that all over the couch and you ruined it? So I think, it's important to think about that. It's important to think about the fact that like nowadays versus back when my parents were having me, financially, it's so tough to raise a kid. You have to plan for it.
But then what are you going to spend the money on anyway? Ooh, we vacation a lot more because we don't have kids. You ever see those stories like in the New York Times or something? It's like, hey, we're living our best life. We're going to Malaysia. It's like, who cares?
Yeah, and then 6 months later, the nanny's pregnant.
Yeah.
But to that point, it's important to think about those things so that when you are ready, you are financially ready.
No one's ever ready. That's the.
I'm certainly not ready, but
Nobody's
it's happening.
Ready.
Listen.
Nobody's ready.
I'm the king of not being ready. I had 3 in 1 year.
They should have
3 different uteruses. Just put it out there.
a children trade school where you can trade your kids for a different kid.
Oh, that's not
Like if
bad.
it doesn't work out, you go like, okay, this one didn't work out. You can get the two parents have to be okay with it to trade their kids.
My kid asked if there was one for dads.
There is. Okay.
I mean, that literally happened to you.
Yes.
Called
Yeah,
stepdad.
I don't know why everybody laughed.
Coming up, Vermont schools. They have them there. Forbid common nouns for your kid.